Hi, I'm Mackenzie. Welcome to my channel here on YouTube, Ken's Flow. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I have a super nourishing and warming for the body and the spirit practice for the winter time. So this is one that is still nice and slow, but definitely generates some heat in our core, some heat through our chest and through our upper body as well. And then we will, as always, begin and end with some breath work. So when you are ready, finding a nice tall seat, let's take a couple rounds of breath together. We'll inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Nice, bring your fingers to touch and your gaze to follow. And then exhale, lowering your hands, relaxing the shoulders. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Connect the fingertips, gaze follows. And then exhale, release. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. This time, inhale just a little bit more. Hold the inhale for 1 second. And then exhale, lowering your arm, but pausing at your shoulders this time. Nice straight line. Inhale, look to the right. And make it a nice fluid motion. Exhale, looking to the left, over your left shoulder, fingertips. And then inhaling back to the center. And exhale, relaxing the arms, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. When you're ready, we're going to bring our hands to the mat, coming onto all fours for a tabletop position. Bringing your gaze down through your hands, spreading your fingertips wide, nice flat back. Relax your neck. And one round of breath here together. We'll inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Taking the knees out wide. Connecting the big toes towards each other. Sinking the hips back, coming into a child's pose. Relaxing your chest towards the mat. As you begin to walk your hands away from your body, option to rest your forehead or your cheek on the mat. Option to use a bolster or a pillow here underneath your chest to create some space and support your neck. Whatever variation you find comfortable, taking a second to settle in, and then arriving in stillness. And using this time at the beginning of our practice to connect to our breath, connect to that rhythmic pattern of breathing that will carry us throughout our practice. For our practice today, since we are thinking about generating heat and creating warmth throughout the body, one breath option that I'd like to offer is simply breathing in and out through the nose. And making sure that when I exhale through the nose, I take nice long exhales. If you're a numbers person, you like to count, maybe inhale for 1, 2, 3. And then exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Through your nose. just finding whatever feels comfortable for you. And just taking these next few rounds of breath while we are still in our child's pose to connect to that pattern of breathing that's going to carry us throughout our practice. And then just taking this time, if you want to set an intention for our practice, perhaps any of the ones I offered earlier, or whatever comes to mind. Could be as simple as just being present. And when you're ready, bringing your awareness back to the body, connecting your breath to the body, to the movement. On the next inhale, we're going to lift the gaze, beginning to shift our head and neck forward, coming out of our child's pose. And rocking into tabletop on the next exhale. Coming into all fours in tabletop, spreading your fingers wide, making sure that your shoulders are stacked over your wrists and that your hips are stacked over your knees. Gaze comes down through the hands. Take one round of breath. And on the exhale, beginning to drop the belly, lift the gaze, coming into a cow pose. And then exhale, pressing away from the mat, rounding through the shoulders, and really tucking the tailbone under. This is our cat pose. And then connecting those movements, we'll inhale, coming back down for the cow. And exhale for the cat, beginning to go at your own pace. Taking about 4 or 5 rounds and meeting me back in a neutral spine when you're ready. And on the next exhale, we're going to begin tucking the toes, lifting the knees, lifting the hips, and then lifting the hands and beginning to walk the feet towards the hands, coming into a forward fold, keeping the head and chest and neck down and relax. What I like to do is take a nice bend in the knees, think about hinging in the hips, and then allowing your torso to melt down towards the ground. Option 2, grab a block here instead of reaching towards the ground. And then really releasing the head and the neck so that your gaze comes all the way through your legs. And you'll find your head gets nice and heavy. And then as we inhale, bringing your hands to your shins, your knees, straightening your legs. And then bringing your gaze to the top of your mat. Nice flat back. And exhale, fold. Releasing your head and neck every time in our forward fold. So let's do that again. Inhale, halfway lift. Connect the breath. Exhale, fold. Release the head and neck. Good. Pausing here, we're going to join opposite elbows, coming into a ragdoll pose. Maybe taking your feet out even a little bit wider. And just allowing the weight of your torso and your head and neck to pull you a little bit closer to the ground while continuing to lengthen through your spine. Maybe you take some side-to-side motions with your torso. Maybe you shake your head no, nod your head yes. Releasing that tension in the neck. Maybe you just find stillness for 2 more rounds of breath here in Ragdoll today. And releasing your hands back down to the mat. Bringing your feet back to shoulder, hips width distance apart if you shifted them. And then we'll inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back, engage the core, shift the gaze. And exhale, fold. This time on the next inhale, we're going to begin to stand up by sweeping our arms up over our head. But we're going to pause in chair pose. So pause like you have hit a nice tall chair, and then bending forward, hinging at the hips just a little bit. And exhaling into mountain pose, relaxing your shoulders, releasing your arms to your side. Pausing here, let's take 1 round of breath together, coming into mountain pose for the first time today. Making sure we have a nice neutral pelvis, we're not leaning forward or back. And as you inhale, feel that space filling in your chest, opening through your collarbones. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And sweeping the arms up overhead with the next inhale. Your gaze follows the fingertips, bringing them to touch. And exhale, releasing. Relaxing the shoulders, nice tall spine. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, releasing your arms, opening your palms at your side, checking in with your stance. Nice neutral pelvis, not locking our knees out. And we'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Looking through your fingertips, pressing your fingertips towards each other. And then exhale, release, pausing at your shoulders. And we'll inhale, look to the right, stretching over those right fingers. And then connecting the breath to the exhale, looking over your left. Inhaling back to center. Good. Sweeping the arms up overhead or through prayer. And then bending at the knees, bending at the hips, releasing your hands towards your block or the mat, and coming into forward fold. Connecting back to your breath, connecting back to that yogic breath that you found in the beginning. Feeling your belly rise and expand against your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back, straightening the legs. straightening the knees, gaze comes forward. And exhale, release. Gaze comes through the legs. On the next inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, coming back into chair, pausing with the knees bent, and then leaning the torso slightly forward. Option to stay here, or option to take a twist to the left side, bringing the hands through prayer. You can stay here. You can begin to twist. An option to hover with your hands here at prayer, engaging the core. Gaze is either over the shoulder or the fingertips if you choose to open. Or bringing the hands to prayer. One more inhale. Sinking the hips super, super low. One more inhale, whichever variation you took. And exhale, releasing, straightening through mountain, relaxing your arms at your side. On the next inhale, beginning to bring your hands to your lower back, or your hips. Keeping the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. We'll exhale, baby back bend, super baby back bend, just lifting the chest, lifting the gaze. Pausing for an inhale here, opening through the chest. And exhale, relaxing, releasing the arms to the side. Good. Inhale, bring the arms to prayer or up overhead. Pressing the fingers together. And then we'll exhale, fold, bend at the hips, bend in the knees. Release the hands towards the block or mat. Gaze comes all the way through, heavy neck and head. Nice full rounded breath. Feeling your belly and your chest expand. Feeling the heat of your breath in your throat and your chest. And just focusing on that pattern of breathing, whether you're counting or feeling the sensations in your body. For one more round of breath. And on the next inhale, halfway lift. Engage the core, bring the gaze forward, but relax the neck still. And then exhale, release, forward fold. On the next inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, pausing in chair pose, leaning forward, finding your balance. Taking one inhale. An option to stay here, or option to find your twist on the right, bringing your hands through prayer. An option to hover with your hands in prayer. Option to open through your chest, both arms straight. Or option to bring that left elbow down to your knee. And that requires you to drop your tailbone the lowest. Whichever variation you take, just thinking about opening through the chest, opening through your heart. Your gaze is over that right shoulder. One more inhale. And exhale, coming into mountain pose, relaxing the arms at the side, maybe shaking your shoulders out. Nice. Bringing your hands to your heart, or perhaps one on your heart, one on your belly. And again, taking one round of breath together. Let's inhale through the nose. And nice long exhale through the nose. On the next inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, palms face each other, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, bring your arms out to a cactus or a T. And then lifting your chest, lifting your gaze, baby back bend. Keeping your lower back and your butt squeezed. So we're just lifting through the chest here. And exhale, hands above your head or hands through heart center. Nice good bend in the knees, nice bend in the hips, and we'll forward fold, full exhale. One round of breath here. Taking the next inhale together. We'll bring our gaze forward. And then as we exhale, planting the hands on the mat and beginning to walk the feet back, meeting in high plank. Activating the core, coming on to the tops of your toes, spreading the fingertips wide and pushing away from the mat like we do in our cat pose. And exhale, drop the knees, connect the big toes, sink the hips back, come back into our child's pose. Relaxing your chest towards the mat, relaxing your forehead or your cheek towards the mat. Taking the knees out nice and wide. And taking 3 rounds of breath here. Always using child's pose as an opportunity to rest, to check in, to reset, and to come back to both our breath and our intention for the class today. And on the next inhale, shifting your gaze forward. And exhale, rocking into tabletop. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift the knees, stepping back into our high plank. Inhale, step the right foot forward, drop the left knee, drop the left shin, left top of the foot, come into a low lunge. Bring your chest over your knee, making a right angle with that knee over your ankle. Option to use a block here to create some space. And then when you're ready, we're gonna inhale, bring your hands to the hips. Exhale, nice long spine, pausing here. Pressing the top of that left foot into the mat for balance. And really using your hands on your hips here. Make sure your hips are squared towards the front of your mat, in line with each other, so your hands and shoulders are even as well. Good, one more inhale. And exhale, bring the arms up overhead. Nice, full exhale, relax the shoulders. Good. Inhale, one more time here. And then exhale, twisting to the right. Twisting towards that right knee, opening your palms down towards the mat. Your gaze is straight forward over your heart. And inhale back to center, arms up overhead. And exhale, connecting the breath to the movement, framing that right foot, low lunge. Good. Inhale, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. And exhale, send the right foot back, high plank. Pausing in high plank, one inhale. And exhale, drop the knees, coming right into our child's pose this time. Take the knees out wide, sink the hips back. Good, 2 rounds of resting breath here. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. And with the next inhale, shifting our gaze forward, rocking into tabletop, spreading the fingertips wide, shoulders are stacked over our wrists, tops of the feet pressing into the mat. On the next inhale, we're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, pause in a tabletop hover, and exhale, step the left foot forward, drop the right knee, low lunge, left side. Good, again, option to use your block here, bringing the knee over the ankle, and then we'll inhale, bringing our hands to our hips. Using our hands to help guide our hips to be nice and square towards the front of the mat. Pressing into the top of the right foot. Inhale, nice tall spine. And exhale, sweep the arms up overhead, palms face each other. One inhale here, lengthening all the way through your crown. And then with the exhale, twisting to the left, keeping that length through your crown, the length through your chest. Your neck is nice and relaxed. Gaze is neutral. Heart is open. And we'll inhale back to center. Palms face each other. Shining your chest forward. And then we'll exhale, frame that left foot, low lunge. Inhale, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. And exhale, send that left foot back, high plank. One inhale here, press away from the mat, lift through your core. And exhale, drop the knees. Take the knees out nice and wide, sinking all the way back into our child's pose. Allowing the cheek or forehead to meet the mat. And bring your awareness back to your breath. Trying to keep our steady rhythm of breath. Even once we settle into our resting postures and we tend to feel a little bit out of breath after challenging poses. Trying to maintain that same steady rate of breath that you set in the beginning of our practice. And when you're ready, blinking your eyes open, shifting your gaze forward with the next inhale. And then we'll exhale, rocking into tabletop. And then making your way onto your back, however you'd like. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat, a comfortable distance away from your hips. And then drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Creating a nice flat back on the mat. And then tucking the chin down towards the chest. Feeling that lengthening through the cervical spine. Feet are about hips width distance apart. And if you feel any strain in the lower back, walking them a little bit further away from the body, from the hips here. And on the next inhale, bringing the knees into the chest, lifting your head and neck up off the mat, and giving yourself a hug. Hold the inhale for 1 second. And then exhale, sending the left leg only straight, keeping the right leg bent. Keeping the lower back nice and flat, pressed into the mat, keeping the chin tucked down towards the chest. And then bringing your hands either to that right knee, underneath the right knee, maybe interlacing your fingers. And just gently pulling your knees and hips towards you. And pause here for a few rounds of breath. Option 2, take a soft gaze or blink your eyes closed if that feels good here. And option 2, make it a bit of an active stretch, doing a couple gas pedal motions, pointing and flexing that right toe for these last few breaths here. Connecting the breath to the movement. And on the next inhale, bringing the left leg in, giving yourself a hug. Lifting your head and neck up off the mat, knees to your chest. And then we'll exhale, send that right leg straight. Relax your head and neck back towards the mat. And then find a comfortable spot for your hands, either on your left knee, under your left knee, on your left shin. Make sure we keep our neck nice and long, tucking the chin down towards the chest, maybe taking a soft gaze, blinking the eyes closed. Maybe taking some gas pedal motions with that left foot. Or maybe just finding stillness for these last few rounds of breath here. Nice full exhale. And on the next inhale, bringing both knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug. And one last time, lifting your head and neck up off the mat, giving yourself a squeeze, maybe a smile. And then exhaling, sending both your legs straight, sending both your arms straight, allowing your palms to rest face up, or maybe taking one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly again. And relaxing the muscles in your face and neck. Allowing your head to find a comfortable resting position. as you inhale, feeling your belly rise, filling with the breath. And as you exhale, feeling your shoulders loosen, feeling your back relax, feeling yourself sink a little bit deeper into your mat. And once you've found a comfortable resting position, finding some stillness to close out our practice together. And then turning your awareness from the body to the breath and back to that intention that we set at the beginning of our practice. And when you feel your mind wander, just simply bringing your awareness back to that breath, back to that sensation, just redirecting our mind each time. And as you continue to do this and hold your focus here, I'm going to play us a little sound healing to close out our practice together. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me and for taking this time for yourself.